Doug NPA back with another video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on the way in. I'd really appreciate it. It shows you support me and the content on this channel. So my last video about men and female dominated spaces got a whole lot of traction. Thank you for watching that. I appreciate it. So I decided to do some more research and I looked into one of the most female dominated industries, teaching, and I found this article called Disadvantages of Male Teachers. Now, let me start by saying you couldn't pay me enough to be a teacher nowadays. You can watch Instagram reels and TikTok for all the reasons you don't want to be a teacher, period, let alone a male teacher. A male teacher has to deal with a bunch of women, a bunch of students acting crazy, false accusations, distrust of your integrity. Just stay away from it. And then the pay is bad, so like women don't respect men who are teachers because they're perceived to not make a lot of money, all that stuff. So anyway, that's just my personal opinion. Let's get into this article. It's called Disadvantages of Male Teachers. It was written on January 29th of 2023, so this is fairly recent. Let's get into it. Teaching is one of the most popular and noble professions worldwide. This is the fact that will always win the most votes in any debate, but the profession itself has some negative stigma surrounding it. Albert Einstein once said, "Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile." The sentiment fully defines the job or role of a teacher. Guys, you know what? Comment if you have had how many teachers you've had in public school that you felt were living their life for others. Because I had a lot of selfish, burnt out, rude, entitled teachers when I was younger. I really didn't encounter a teacher I felt actually cared about me learning until community college. So let me know. Please comment below about how many teachers you felt actually were living a life for others. Okay, let's continue. A teacher's job is to make the world a better place by educating future generations in all sorts of knowledge. Unlike most professions, entering into the teaching field means your interest lies purely in improving the world as opposed to making the most profit. Well, you have to because you're not going to make a lot of money. The teaching profession may, in most likelihood, not make you the richest person on the planet. Yeah, we know that. But as a result of modern technology, some teachers are turning this around. Through the sale of online courses, lesson plans, worksheets, and other teaching resources, some teachers are making millions and living very comfortable lives. But come on, guys, that's a very small percent. I'd say less than 2%, maybe 1% of teachers are doing that. The profession may have its cons, but also comes with some advantages some other professions are not privy to. A typical example is the fact that most teachers across the globe are not mandated to put on uniforms at work. That's a perk? I mean, this is unlike some professional bodies that mandate employees to adhere to wearing a specific attire. While performing academic research on teaching, I came across some very intriguing information, including the fact that the majority of teachers are women. Guys, I think it's only 24% of teachers are men and 76% are women. I decided to do some additional research to better understand why the profession did not attract more males in a modern age. So he starts with a brief history of gender and teaching. We're going to skip all that because we don't care. Um, let's get to the advantage of male teachers. And let's see if any of these are actual advantages, okay? Serve as father figures and role models. Good male teachers serve as father figures to some learners, especially those coming from broken homes. You guys want to do that? Anyone who wants to line up to do that, guys? Especially for a teacher's salary. In our busy world, some fathers, in the traditional sense, are mostly occupied trying to make it up the corporate ladder and providing for their families. This means some kids hardly get to spend time with their fathers, and in some cases, see them at all. Having a male teacher in school, especially in the early development of the child, gives them a father figure and role model to look up to. Let's not cap, guys. The single mother rate in the United States is out of control. Okay? You have a lot of kids whose moms chose the wrong guy to have a kid with, and that guy's nowhere to be found. So they're looking for a father figure, and the teacher is going to be that guy. So let's not cap. It says easier student behavior control. Male teachers are able to better control any bad behavior from students in class. The larger size and deeper voice make a male teacher appear more imposing and play a key role in this regard. This doesn't mean female teachers are unable to control students' behavior, but simply that the male presence serves to deter bad behavior in some learners. Translation: boys will listen to men better than they will listen to female teachers. Okay, I've seen it. Like, men know how to give young boys that look. Like, you guys need to stop. And boys will just understand. But a lot of female teachers, they won't get that from young boys. Boys will just disrespect female teachers. It says a diverse experience. Although children spend part of the time at home, their minds are conditioned to learn the most in schools. This is because schools are created with student learning in mind, and that's what students go there to do. Homes are usually meant for informal learning, playing, and other things, except in the case of homeschooling. Having a male presence at school at an early age will enable children to learn from the diverse experience of both male and female teachers. Most learners can relate better to teachers of the same gender, and some claim lessons administered by teachers of that gender were easier to understand. And that's true. Once again, um, boys will be able to relate more to a male teacher some of the time, a lot of the time, than a female teacher. And I think that male teachers are able to understand more if there's a boy that can't sit still, or a boy that has hyperactivity or whatever, instead of automatically dismissing him like a lot of female teachers would do. Let's encourage male students to be teachers. Having male teachers in classrooms will encourage more male students to venture into teaching as a profession. If only female teachers are present in our schools, male and female students begin to get impressions that teaching is a female-only profession. Even if the male student has a passion for the profession, entering a profession with that kind of stigma leads to mockery from family, friends, and society as a whole. This is why male teachers in the classroom will encourage more male students to become teachers. I think you can encourage boys can see male teachers and want to be teachers until they realize that women out in society do not respect male teachers. Guys, I dare you to go to a bar, walk up to a girl, or a club, walk up to a girl and say that you want to be a teacher, that you are a teacher, and see how fast they walk away from you. It's just they don't see, women don't see teaching as a masculine profession, and they just automatically assume that you don't make a lot of money, so you can't protect and provide for them. I didn't write the rules, guys. It's just how it is. Here we go. Disadvantage of male teachers. It's not considered a manly profession. This is exactly what I was talking about. Let's get the obvious one out of the way. Working with kids is no macho job. Unlike engineering, military, and some less macho like average, with respect to masculinity and our modern world roles like software development, chefs, producers, directors, and more, being a male teacher doesn't seem fashionable anymore. This is especially true for male teachers at the K through 12 levels of education, which is also one of the reasons most teachers at that level tend to be female. That's exactly what I said earlier, guys. Negative impressions. Most teachers are scared of insinuations that they are in the teaching profession for the wrong reasons and that they are a threat to children. Guys, there it is. You have to try and teach young minds to do all that stuff while you're walking on a tightrope. It's not worth it. It's just not. In our modern society, simply putting your hands on a child as a man gets you treated like the P word here. Males are just as passionate about teaching as females, but our current world makes it difficult for a male to go into the profession, simply out of fear of ruining his life if someone mistakes a situation for something else. And hey, what about, did you guys ever hear about that story of that principal who married that single mom, and she called the police when they got into a fight and said that he was uh doing bad things to his stepdaughters. So he self-deleted at Disneyland. He jumped off of a second story building. You guys, no, the fifth story. Yeah, those were accusations from his wife that ruined his career. She called the police, and then just the fact that he was arrested, um, his his uh his education career was over. Guys, it's just not worth it. It says distrust. At a girls' school, a male teacher can't be in the classroom by himself. with another student. There has to be someone else present as a precautionary measure. This creates the atmosphere that male teachers cannot be trusted. Male teachers are faced with a dilemma. Why should I go into a profession where my integrity is questioned? And that is the big question, guys. Why would you? Why? Guys, I'm gonna say it again. You couldn't pay me enough to be a teacher in public school. I don't care. I don't care the neighborhood. I don't care the district. I don't care. No way. Not for me. Low relative pay. Teaching is a demanding profession just as much as some of the most demanding professions, but teachers are paid relatively low compared to others. We all wouldn't be where we are without our teachers, but our teachers are not treated fairly in terms of remuneration. Making ends meet becomes difficult for teachers without an additional source of income. Thanks to modern technology, teachers are now able to leverage the power of the internet to sell online courses, printables, lesson plans, and many others to supplement their incomes. But that still doesn't address the low teacher pay. Low barrier to entry. Teaching is not seen as a respectable profession, unlike jobs like lawyers, doctors, and many more. It's not considered a prestigious profession. In most countries, teaching is easy to get into and is simply seen as a fallback career for anyone who ends up unable to find a job. Little external motivation. While most professions have performance based pay, teachers in most countries don't have that option. Teachers work as hard as other professions but receive little to no recognition for the effort they put into raising the next generation of leaders. Working hard doesn't mean you get any recognition for the job well done. You simply get the same salary you've been taking this whole time. Then it says parent guardian concerns. Parents have concerns in some cases over why a male teacher without his own kids would want to be around other kids. Guys, look at this. Look at this garbage. Some parents fear that male teachers would try to take advantage of students sexually. Why would you want to be a male teacher? Put in the comments. At least this article's honest. It's honest. You may wonder why this doesn't apply to female teachers, but the reality is that there have been reports of some female teachers taking advantage of students. And guys, there's been a lot of reports lately of female teachers doing all sorts of crazy stuff with their students. There's some teacher of the year in California that was sending bad stuff on her phone to a 13-year-old. So yeah, I'm telling you, this strong, independent woman stuff, you're gonna see a lot more cases like that. I can tell you that right now. Unfortunately, society sees male teachers as more of a threat in this regard than female teachers. Fear of false accusations. Some male teachers walk on eggshells in school out of fear of false accusations from female students and sometimes other teachers. This age of spin, a simple false accusation from someone in a teaching setting would be enough to ruin a career, and that's if you're lucky. And he's 100% right, guys. False accusations, you get judged in the court of public opinion before you get your day in court. And your whole career, your whole distinguished teaching career, where you got all those awards and you were on the news and stuff, all down the toilet because of a false accusation. Heck no. Understandably, most males would rather not take this risk. You think that if teaching children as a male teacher is a problem, why not teach older students? Unfortunately, working with older students comes with an entirely different set of problems. It means the possibility that some students may end up crushing on a male teacher. The situation becomes worse when these students try to act on these crushes. Other times, some students are looking to increase their grades may approach teachers sexually in many ways, which could also go horribly wrong based on how the teacher approaches such a situation. I'm not going to touch this one. I I would assume that this happens, uh, and as a man, you really have to be careful. You really have to be careful. Don't and as a whole, don't ever mess around with anyone at work if you're a man, no matter where you work. And if you're a teacher, don't go anywhere near the students. Don't mess with your colleagues who are teachers, and don't mess with the students. Bottom line, teaching is a rewarding profession, but comes with some challenges, especially for male teachers at the K through 12 levels. Are you a teacher? Blah, blah. So anyway, that was the article. I'm just going to reiterate, guys. You're going to see less and less male teachers, especially with the advent of social media, when everything can be recorded, clipped, misconstrued, uh, and I wonder how low the percentage of male teachers is going to have to go before they see it as a problem, because you don't see you know, it's not a crisis yet, but make sure to put in the comments what you think. Would you be a male teacher? Like, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.